What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the three different things that you need to stop doing as soon as you graduate from college. These are things that I had to learn over the past 3 years because I graduated from college about 3 years ago. And yeah, so I'm going to make it easy for you, whether you're in college or you are about to graduate or you already graduated. These will help you. Now, the first thing is going to be discretionary spending. So this is going to apply to costs and expenses that are non-essential, right? So it's essentially your wants, like there's needs and wants. So your needs are, the bills you got to pay, the rent, the student loans that you got to pay back. And then you also have your wants. Those are non-essential, really. So I'm talking about the extra clothes, right? If you are one of those people that likes to wear designer clothes, I'm talking about the extra shoes. If you're one of those sneakerheads that has 100 different pairs of shoes that you never wear, I'm talking about, the eating out, going out to drink all the time. That is non-essential spending. Of course, you need clothes to wear, but there's a limit. You need shoes to wear to work, right? If you work in a business environment, you obviously need dress shoes and things like that. Those are needs, but then anything above that really is a want and non-essential. Once you graduate from college, you are gonna have a salary, right? Let's say you start getting paid $50,000 a year and you've never made that much money in your life, right? In your college career, maybe you had a part-time job that was paying you like $15 an hour, 16, be $20 an hour, and you only worked it maybe during the summer or the fall. Now, all of a sudden, you graduate and you have $50,000 a year, right? That's about 1,000 something every 2 weeks. Now, what do you do with that money? It's so easy to feel like that is a lot of money, right? Let's say you get your first paycheck and it's like $1,700. I'm just estimating here, right? After taxes and things like that, if you have deductions, let's say it's $1,700. Now, what do you do with it? Every 2 weeks, you're getting $1,700. So when you have that much money, if you just come up with some money like that, you're gonna feel like you have a lot of money, and it's easy to forget that you have bills, right? You have to pay rent, you have to pay for your car insurance, if you have car payments, if you have if you're paying off your student loans, if you have these payments that you need to pay. It's so easy to forget that when you just look at the dollar amount that you're getting. All right, so here's the solution. Once you get your paycheck and you see that it is this much money, what you need to do is set aside money for your needs, right? Which is going to be your rent, your bills that you have to pay in order to live, to have a place to stay, to have food, in order to have shelter, right? Those are going to be your needs. So set aside money for that. And anything else after that, you go into, saving in your savings account. You need to build up a savings account that's gonna be, kind of like an emergency account that can pay for bills. A lot of people say you need to aim for 6 months worth of bills, or me, I have 2 years worth of bills, right? I'm paranoid, I guess. But essentially, you need to build up your savings account. That's even before investing, because there's no point in investing money when you don't have an emergency savings account, because once you have an emergency, you're just gonna go ahead and pull the money from the investments. So you need to build your savings account. I don't know what your dollar amount might be, but you need to build that savings account. And once you have your target amount, it might take you 6 months. I know it took me about a year in order to build my savings account to where I wanted it to be at. Then after that, now you can invest, right? Now you can contribute to your 401k, like a lot more money. You can even increase the percentages. If you have a Roth IRA, maybe you can start contributing to that as well. If you have an individual, investment account, then you can start, purchasing stocks or ETFs or index funds, whatever you want to purchase. You can start doing that with that extra money. So you have your savings account, right? And you also have your investment accounts. And then after that, you can start spending money on non-essential things, right? So most of the time, a lot of people are going to have a good amount of money left over, or maybe a little bit. But let's say you have set aside money for your needs. You have, put some money in the savings accounts, and you have put some money in some investment accounts, and now you have, a certain dollar amount. This doesn't mean that you have to spend all of that on non-essential things. Why not submit an extra payment for your car loan so you can pay that off a little faster and you don't get charged more interest? Why not submit, save a little more, right? So what I like to do is, for non-essential spending, I give myself a budget. Maybe for 2 weeks it's $200, or for 2 weeks it's $100. It just depends on how much you have after you have, done the setting aside money for needs, you've set aside money for savings, set aside money for investments, and you've maybe made a little extra payment on your car note. So it's really, really important to have a dollar amount for your non-essential spending, because that is going to give you that limit, right? And it's also going to give you discipline. Now, the next one is going to be a little controversial, right? Because you hear a lot of people tell you that you need to invest your money, you need to start contributing to your 401k. Now, the next one is like save up your money, save money, put money in a savings account, whether it's a regular savings account or high yield savings account. Put it in the savings account, right? Because you need cash to do things, right? So a lot of people will tell you, oh, you need to start investing with $50, or you need cash to invest. If you don't have money saved up and something happens, you're just gonna take the money from your investments. What if you put in, let's say, $1,000 in Tesla stock, and it goes down by, you only have 50%. The money you put in there, you only have $500 in there, and now you have an emergency, and you are forced to pull money from that stock at a loss, right? You have lost that money because you pulled that from the stock. So save your money until you get to a dollar amount that you feel comfortable with, and then after that you can start investing. So save up your money. So it's easy to fall into this, oh, I need to start investing as soon as I get my first paycheck. No, save up your money, put the money in the savings account, because that is, you're gonna have enough cash to invest when the time comes, right? Don't fall into the trap of you need to start investing immediately and not having savings account, because you're just gonna pull the money from your savings account when the time comes. Now, the next one is gonna be surrounding yourself with like-minded people, and let me explain what that means. Now, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to hang out with your old friends and things like that. So what I'm saying is, like, it is okay to have a mix of friends, but be careful who you spend the most of your time with, right? So if you spend the most of your time with your friends that just go drinking every day, they don't really have any ambition, they don't really have any goals, and that's who you're around. So you get off of work, and then you ask, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're going drinking here, right? You're gonna join them because those are your friends, and that is what they do, right? So it's easy to kind of like forget what your goal is in life if you're hanging out with people that aren't contributing to that goal. So one of my rule that that you can, or one of the things that you can do in order to like mitigate this, is going to be to have some work friends, right? So if you work, especially if you're a young person, you work at a company that has other young people as well, be friends with them. And then those are going to be the people that have the same goals as you, especially if they are driven, if there are people that are trying to, get the next promotion, people that are trying to be better, people that are trying to make more money. You kind of like have the same, I've hung out with some of my work friends, and I've noticed that we talk about work even when we're hanging out, right? We're talking about work. We're talking about how can we be better. We're talking about, how can we get the next promotion. We're talking about how can we get the next raise. That's what we're talking about. So of course, you don't want to hang out with only work people, right? Because that's also not healthy, right? You kind of like cross the boundary of separating work and your own life, right? So it's good to have a mixture of both, but be careful who you spend your time with. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be people you work with. It might be friends that are in different career fields, but you know that they're striving to be better, they're striving to be successful. So those are the people you want to surround yourself with, because it's so easy to be maybe bored after work, and you hit up your friends and they're just doing things that don't really contribute to your overall success, right? So you want to avoid those things. So those were the 3 different things I wanted to cover in this video. Obviously there's way more. I wanted to condense it to those things because I think those have been the most important things that I've learned, and those are the things that tend to be overlooked with people that graduate from college. But that is pretty much it. Let me know if you think anything else should be added on here. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go and hit the subscribe button below if it's already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.